we're going to explain to you basically what a deal sheet is, okay? So here we have debt contract deals for sale deal sheet. And what we have here is, different deals that we have to offer, okay? So we've kept it very simple. We have a Mark debt contract deal. We have a Joseph debt contract deal. We have a Kevin debt contract deal. And really, we've kept it simple just by using the client's first name. Now, each of these deals are explained in the same way, all right? So what we have here is the original terms and conditions, and then what we have as we move down further is the new terms and conditions after a discount, okay? So again, we have all these other deals down here and the exact same, it's set up the exact same way, original conditions and terms and conditions, and new terms and conditions after discount. All right. So now to keep in mind, guys, we're going to talk about this in full later. We're going to supply a video, but every one of these deals, you can get an assurance fund on it and be part of the assurance fund. And what happens is that you would pay $20 a month. And if your contracts ever go delinquent, that's 3 months of no payments, we will take that contract back and replace it with a new one that is current, and therefore you don't have to go collect. You'd give us the contract back and we'd give you the new one and we'd go collect on the delinquent contract, okay? So we're gonna go fully into that a little later, but here, let's just stick to the deals here and show you the kind of numbers and kind of great high returns you can get from these type of deals, all right? So here's a good example. $65,000, here's the original terms and conditions. The payment is $1,409.97. The interest rate is 16%, and the term is for 72 months. So now keep in mind, most people would say that, wow, that's a great deal in itself, 16%, and with an assurance fund attached to it and all the rest of it. But because of how we go about securing these deals by asking the bank for proof of ownership of the debt, which they are having a really hard time these days coming up with any of the deals. So what happens here is that 16% seems really great, but what we can do with the new terms and conditions after the discount would be you would purchase it for $45,000, bringing that up to a 32% annual rate of return, which is incredible, okay? So really, that would make it that you would earn $56,517.81 total interest, okay? So your $45,000 that you've purchased it with will turn into $101,517.81 in 72 months. So that's a passive investment. It's not that you have to show up to work every day to do this. You literally, it's just a passive investment. So now keep in mind, if anybody out there doesn't know what discount means, well, we just went over one, but really to discount a mortgage means this, is that here's all of the original terms. And if we pay less for it, that's discounting it, that would mean that this is going to change the interest rate, okay? Because the payment will stay the same, the term will stay the same, right? But the interest rate will change because you purchased it for a lower price. And that's what's happening here, discounting. That's why it comes out to 32% now instead of 16. It's because of discounting. So let's move on to the next deal, the Joseph deal. And keep in mind, look at this. This one's only $8,000 and this one was $65,000. So we have deals for all amounts, okay? So here we are, $8,000. Again, the original conditions and terms. $510.45 is the payment. Interest is 18% and it's for a term of only 18 months, a year and a half. So now keep in mind, most people again would say, wow, this is a really good deal, regardless. But as we now discount it because of what we're doing with the banks, we're buying these debts for so low. And when it comes down to it, the banks should have proof of ownership of the debt. They're legally obligated to produce that information. And this is what happens when you learn this, when you use this knowledge and apply it. Now we can discount it. So we're going to take the $8,000 debt. And this one here is you can buy it for 7, making it approximately 36% rate of return. So your total interest would be $2,188. So when you look at it, your $7,000 will turn into $9,188 in a matter of 18 months, which again is an incredible investment. But to take it further, guys, what we're offering here to discount it, it's not in stone. You can negotiate, right? I mean, really, if you got this for let's say 6, this is going to go up to now, like, because it's such a small amount, it really affects the percentage, and this is going to go up to like 46% now, right? So this is basically these type of deals that we're talking about. I mean, that's really great returns. And again, with the Assurance Fund, and understanding on how we're getting these deals by asking the bank for proof of ownership of the debt, because we're private lenders and we have every right to ask for that. And we'd be foolish not to, because it's like a car. If you're not gonna, if you're gonna buy a car from me and I said, okay, well, it's time to give me the money. And you said, well, can I see proof of ownership of the vehicle? And I said, well, I don't have that on me right now, but just give me the money anyways. Obviously, you would not be handing over the money. And that's exactly the same premise holds true in the financing industry. And when we're approaching the banks, this is what puts us in these great negotiation positions, in a power position when negotiating, is because it's not that we don't have the money to hand over them, it's that they don't have the proper documentation to collect, okay? So either way, let's move on here. Again, we have a Mike deal here, okay? The Mike deal, original terms and conditions, $16,000 is the principal amount, $578 payment, 18% at 36 months. So again, most people would say that's a great deal, but once we discount it, here we are after the discount, you can purchase this $16,000 debt for $12,000, bringing it up to 36% annual interest. Okay, so keep in mind when you're purchasing anything, so let's say, for example, a car, let's say you had a Corvette and it's worth, let's say, $40,000, and you only bought it for, let's say, $20,000. Now at the end of it, your accountant is going to say to you that you are worth $20,000 more now. And the same thing holds true here, because these are assets, these are cash flows. And your accountants would look at it and say, okay, well, if he bought it $12,000, but it's worth $16,000, his self-worth has gone up, right away, instantly, just for buying this, okay? So now what's happened here is that $16,000, we buy it for $12,000, or you'd be able to purchase it for $12,000, and that brings it to a 36% rate of return, which again is a really great rate of return, okay? So you'd be making $8,823 of interest total paid. So your $12,000 is going to turn into $20,823 in 36 months, which is 3 years. And that's a passive investment. And that's incredible, okay? Now we have another one, Hassan. Original terms and conditions, again, $21,533 payment. Now keep in mind, guys, every month if you don't get your payment, there's something wrong with your investment. That's another reason these are safe investments, because some investments you put out there like $200,000 and they say, well, in 2 years come back and let's see what happens, right? But and during those 2 years, you don't know what's going on. You don't know if it's going well or not. So every month you get a reality check here, and if your payment comes in, well, then guess what? Great investment, okay? So, and here's another thing, I should mention about this individual here, because a lot of these individuals are in the same situation. Some of these people, they're paying $800 a month interest-only payments for 3 years and actually never missed a payment. So when they come here and we bring their payment down, I was just dealing with one. The guy was making $3,000 a month payments, and we got it down to $1,500. So at the end of it, what's the chances of him missing the payments now when it's lower? So these are very safe investments, okay? Now, when you look at it from that point of view, all these people, they're making their payments at a higher payment. Before you know it, they come along our service, and now they're going to get, like, in some cases, half the payment. And that's what makes a really great investment. The fact is they were already making a payment that was twice as much, right? So anyways, as we go along here, $21,000, Here's the payment, $533, 18%, 60 months. Interest paid in that time would be $10,000. Now keep in mind, most people would say that's a great deal, but now let's go to the new terms and conditions after a discount. And if you can purchase this $21,000 deal for $17,000, so you bought the $21,000 debt for $17,000, you're now approximately making 28% annually on that money. And that's making that you've just made $14,995 off that $17,000. So your $17,000 would be turned into $31,995 within 5 years, and that's a great deal, right? Now keep in mind, again, these discounted prices, they're negotiable. If you got it for 15, this would bring this up to probably 39, 40% annual return, okay? So that's how it works. Now, keep in mind, we just went through all these deals, and this is a deal sheet. And what happens is that on every one of these deals, as I said before, keep in mind they're an asset, so you can sell them, right? Instead of waiting the full term, we can assist you to sell the debts in 6 months, and you'd make a small profit in the sense of, maybe buying it for 15 and selling it for 17, right? But I would suggest everybody to keep the debts, so that what happens is that as time goes on, and here's a little example we've placed in here, is that if you get a contract, if you get a numbered company and you have a bunch of loan contracts out of it, and all the payments are coming out to $3,000 a month unencumbered income, when you take that to a bank, the bank is going to say, wow, we will lend you money on that cash flow. You can leverage on it. So sometimes you're making $3,000 a month from these payments coming into your company, and the bank is willing to leverage and lend you $300,000 on it in some ways. And then of course you can take that 300 grand and go make more money with it, right? Now, as we also mentioned, the assurance fund, we have supplied a video at the in the description regarding the assurance fund, so you can hear more about it. But bottom line is that you pay $20 a month and you're now in the assurance fund, and if any of your deals go delinquent, which is 3 missed payments, we will take back that contract that went delinquent from you and replace it with one that is in good standing. So we're the ones that go do the collecting, and what does it matter to you at that point, because you now have a new contract and it is now being paid, okay? And I mean, in every one of these deal sheets, we do place down here, where to, how to get into the deal and when you can get into it, because of course, all of these percentages that we're talking about as these discounts, it is time sensitive. So that's why we say that, well, if you're interested within the next month here, this is where you'd send the money. And of course we have, we can supply the bank numbers and account numbers and everything, but we're not going to do that on this video, obviously, okay? Now, keep in mind, closing remarks, right? Regarding the above deals, the main thing to remember is how easy is it for us to replace your contract if it goes delinquent. There's so many people, up to their eyeballs in debt in the bank these days, that getting contracts to replace any delinquent ones is never a problem. Okay, we have so many contracts coming in that if one of yours goes delinquent, we can replace it. So at this point right now, 250-306-7487. That's my contact information. Any questions, make sure you just text me or call me, no problem. And and here's another thing. Just how we've gotten these type of deals and everything, it's from our conveyancing methods. That's how we're getting these great deals, by asking proof of ownership of the debt. So we are also going to be supplying a video on our conveyance methods and what you should know, and really it's just good to know as much as you can when you're investing into anything, and it will outline in how we do get these great deals to pass on to you. Okay guys, so you have a great day. Nice chatting with you.